Hello, and welcome back to Pizzachan's podcast. I am your host, Pizzachan. And I was almost not gonna do my intro because the swaggiest of swags, rated me before I was even able to thank her. Thank you so much, milady, and welcome in, swaggy crew. Today we have a very special guest. Very, very special guest. Very sweet, very kind. Has a great laugh. I want to bottle his laugh up and keep it for sad days because he's such an amazing person. Very smart. Plays awesome games. That is the almighty Callan. Should we bring him on? And have our chat? Yes? Let's bring him on. Callum, you there?
Moshi moshi.
Moshi moshi! Welcome to my humble podcast, sir.
Oh, I feel honored.
You're honored? Don't be honored!
Alright, I don't want to be here
Oh,
then. You get one extreme or the other.
Okay, one or the end. Okay, I'll take the honored then.
Oh, excellent. Wise choice.
Is he low? Okay, we will fix him. That doesn't sound right. We're gonna turn you up a little bit.
Oh, turn me up.
Turn him up. We gotta hear.
People are gonna hear me.
Well, I'm
ASMR styler, be like, hello everybody, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, I can never get the right combination. Either the music's too loud, the person's too low, or I'm too overpowering. So I try to talk quiet. He's quiet. Yes, I know. I'm trying to get him louder. Thank you very much.
It's probably because you had it set for James, and if you've got James on microphone, you've got to have it 1%.
No, the last person I interviewed was Dazzy, so...
He does have a microphone right up against his mouth, so
Okay. All right.
He's very intimate with his microphone.
Oh, he's intimate with his microphone, is he?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for all being... hi, Ravon, how are you? All right, so tell me if that's better, because...
Can everybody hear me? Should I tell you what I had for breakfast? I had some crumbly bitches known as scones. When I cut into them, they crumble.
Scones are good. I prefer donuts, though.
Oh, that's not breakfast material, but I would take donuts anyway.
Over here in America, we like sugary things, like pancakes with piles and piles of syrup, or waffles with ice cream and whipped cream and everything known chocolate on top of it. So
that does sound quite good. Maybe I'll have that tomorrow morning.
But anyway, thank you for coming. How was your morning, Callum?
It's been good. I was with Chris, with my partner, who's in the chat. He's called It's Me, Dr. Mario.
I thought that was him. Hi, Chris. We finally meet captions. That's right. Sorry. I am such a good streamer.
So, tech problems. You need a tech counter like Vic does.
But anyway, that's good. I heard that Kyle was doing Legos this morning. I didn't get to watch him, sadly, but... That's gonna be awesome.
Having a lot of fun doing that. He claims he's never done Lego before, but I'm sure we had it as children. I'm sure we had some form of Lego as children. We were not that deprived as kids.
Are you a Lego fan? Do you like to do Legos and stuff like that?
I haven't used Lego in yonks, so I guess not.
Okay.
I can't remember last time I did anything Lego related.
Yeah.
It's very expensive, though. It's an expensive hobby.
It is. I was going to get my husband the Mandalorian helmet head in Lego until I saw the price tag on it. I was like, I don't know if all of that would be worth $70.
I don't love you that much. You ain't worth that.
So I got him the Mandalorian controller instead, and he seems to be very pleased with it. So, I got bonus points there.
That seems to be... I think you'd get more value out of a controller than some Lego.
Okay, all right, so let's start this. We'll start this with the hardest question. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Callum.
Oh, goodness. Well, obviously my name's Callum, also known as Metaltrigzer. I am a variety streamer, but currently specializing.
He's doing a job interview there.
Yeah, I know. Sims is taking over my life at the moment, but I understand we'll be talking about that a bit later. I live in the UK in Wales. But I'm originally from Scotland. But I moved to Wales. Oh God, about 6 years ago now for university, and I never went back. I was like, I'm staying here now. I'm staying here
Liked it
forever.
that much, did you?
I do love Wales. It's very nice. It's a tiny country within the United Kingdom, but it is lovely here. I do love it.
So,
I guess that's kind of a whistle top tour about me.
what did you go to school for?
I went. I just see.
Oh my God, that was so loud in my ear. Here comes Kyle. Speaking of the brother. Hi, Kyle. Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid.
Look at all those Jigglypuffs, or
all
sus puffs as he calls
Yes,
them.
all the sus puffs. Yes. Bring on the sus puffs. Thank you, Kyle. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, some of your hobbies.
What did I go to school for?
Yes, what did you go to school for? I'm sorry.
I went to the University of South Wales to study media production.
Ooh.
So I had the dream of working in television. The career changed a lot. I was like, do I want to be a camera operator? Do I want to be a director, a cinematographer, a video editor? And I guess I kind of landed on video editor in the end. I have not gone down that route. I don't work in television. And I've just sort of decided I'm not sure if I do want to work in television because it's very short-term contracts, freelance based. You always got to hunt a job down, and that's not really for me. And I now work for a very nice company, very good salary. So I guess I've kind of settled, and I do enjoy my job. It's not media related, but it surrounds digital stuff, so that's good enough for me.
Good. At least you love your job.
I do. Well, I got that job recently. I hated my previous role, like absolutely detested it, and then I got a new role and I love it. So it's been a very nice jump.
When I went back in school, back when I rode dinosaurs to the universities and things like that.
Oh, as you do.
But I went for graphic design, and there's actually a lot of graphic design jobs in the media. But it's just a stressful environment. I don't think I'd do well in that. So
it's very competitive as well. It's just I just can't be dealing with it. I took the easy way out. I took the easy way out and found a better job.
But at least you're happy now. That's hard to find these days, is to be happy with your job.
Exactly. Yeah. It's I do feel lucky where I am now.
All right. So hobbies. What kind of hobbies do you have besides streaming and gaming, obviously?
I don't really have any hobbies, and I'm sure Vic said this as well. I mean, she said, I don't really have any hobbies.
She did. She said exactly like that.
Yeah, like, because when someone asks you a question, and then something will immediately pop in your head, and nothing pops into my head when I'm asked that question. I don't really have any hobbies. All I do is work. I come home or leave my desk because I work from home 4 days a week. And then I watch Twitch. I play games. I guess I dabble in digital content because I create stuff for my own streams and whatnot.
They're lovely, by the way.
I don't live a very exciting life in terms of hobbies. I'm a dancer. I dance on the weekends. Maybe that. No, I don't. Dance.
I was gonna say what? You holding out on us now. All right.
No.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, gaming and streaming and working on editing—that's your hobbies.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, that's what I do. That's me.
That's you?
That's my whole life.
I love you, Callum. Anyway, so why did you start Twitch?
Well, so I guess it was Kyle. It was basically Kyle because obviously it was 2020. Obviously everything was locked down, especially in the UK. We were very strictly locked down. Kyle started streaming in probably, I think it was July. It might have been July 2020. And I was watching him, and I was really enjoying it. And he was sort of whispering in my ear every day, "Oh, you should start streaming, Callum. You really like it. Maybe you should start streaming." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I think I'd feel really awkward playing games because sometimes I get stuck on games. I think I'd be really embarrassed being stuck on the same bit for 5 hours." But no, he slowly convinced me, and yeah, that's why I started basically. Kyle convinced me. I enjoyed watching him, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. And 2 years later, here we are.
Yeah, getting stuck on a puzzle or a part in a game, that's a part of being a streamer. I swear, the beginning part of Alien Isolation, I was there for like 45 minutes trying to find that hatch in the floor, and it still makes me mad every time I think about it. Because it's like it's not something obvious to look for, but every streamer has done it. So I mean, even if you're bad at games, but if you have the personality for it, so it's good. People want to come and see you.
Exactly, and I think people enjoy watching you suffer in a game. I have noticed people love it. They're like, "Oh, we love when you get salty when you play Tomato Free and you get really angry." they come for that. Whenever Tomato Free was being played, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna watch you. We're gonna love it." But it is a hilarity of the whole thing, isn't it? You're like, you get angry and you're like, and then people are
cheering, right? Going, "Yes, do it!" Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you suck. Which is, I don't have a very supportive community in that regard. No, a lot of my community are from the UK, so we have quite a savage humor. We basically slander each other all the time.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my audience. Says, oh yeah, fucking suck, Cal. I'm sorry to swear.
I love that though. That's so good. It's so good. I've been enjoying your Sims 4 playthroughs. Very fun to listen to. I love it. I love it. I also enjoy your Phasmophobia games when you did those. Those were good.
Yes, Phasmophobia is good fun. We do usually do that every Saturday. But they've updated it recently, and it's kind of killing my PC in certain areas. I need to figure that out. But yeah, it's basically James just screaming in the distance when you play Phas. Just telling the ghost it's his house and then immediately being murdered because of that. And then the Sims is great as well because I have made James in the Sims and he's just an absolute diva. He's somehow managed to acquire an emotional bomb trait, so he's just having meltdowns every few hours. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to control him anymore. He's out of control.
James always causing chaos wherever he goes.
Yeah, exactly. And he thinks it's me that's done it, and I'm like, no, James. Sims have free will as well. You know, this is a team effort. That you're a tragedy in The Sims.
But it's so good though. It's so good to watch. It's just being in your channel is I don't know. It's so cozy and calming. Like after a long day at work, I'll go, oh look who's streaming. I'll just go and hang out in there because that's good vibes. I love those channels.
Just listen to me talk nonsense, and because usually on a Tuesday I'm dead to the world because I go into the office on a Tuesday, so I'm up about 6:20 in the morning, and I'm in the office up until about 4:00, which doesn't sound that long, but it's when you're sitting in an office, it can be quite tiring.
Yeah.
And then by the time I go home, I'm like, oh, I'm like a zombie on a Tuesday.
Bless you for streaming after you working all day, man. Bless you. I still can't get that going. Going. It's hard work. But yeah. All right then. So how did you come up with your Twitch channel name?
Right. So this is like a very old name that I came up with. Like, oh god, how old am I now? 31. So probably about 20 years ago. So it's kind of a Beyblade name. I don't know if anyone remembers Beyblade.
I don't know.
It's basically a anime.
Oh, okay.
These little spinning things that would attack each other. You battle with them. But one of them was called Trigger. But for some reason, I thought it was Trigzer. So I started using a name called Trigzer. And then they released metal versions of these Beyblades. So then I was like, oh, Metaltrigzer sounds good. And that's kind of it, really. That's just sort of stuck for years on end.
I love that. I love to ask that question because everybody has a really cool story about their name. And 90% of people are like, oh yeah, it was a game I used to play like on Warcraft or whatever. It's like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's just amazing. I love it. I love the stories to them.
It's funny because whenever we raid someone, no one knows how to pronounce it. They're like, Metaltrigzer? But when I first opened my Twitch account, to watch Kyle, I actually misspelled it. I can't remember what I misspelled, but people were like, "What's your name?" I was like, "I'm sorry, I misspelled it," and they won't let me change it for 3 months. So
Oh.
I'm gonna keep this because when you make a name in Twitch, you have to stick with it for 3 months. So I
Huh.
was like a very obscure metal name, and I was like, I can't change it, but luckily I managed to change it, and I made sure I spelt it correct that time because I was not willing to wait another 3 months.
Yes, the spelling. That's like trying to do anything on Twitter. It's like, oh my god, did I spell everything right? Because there's no edit button. So I gotta make sure I spelled it right so I don't look like a dumbass.
Exactly. Oh, honestly.
I mean, how can a social media application not have an edit function? Hello, Twitter. If anybody's listening, or not, but I'm gonna scream anyway.
Too easy.
It's just not. It's not fair. It's just
Maybe
not there.
Elon Musk will fix it.
Yeah, maybe we'll get an edit button because that is most important, and it's something we need, especially for people who don't spell very well, me, or people who type too fast, also me. So please don't. Or you're on your phone and you have fat fingers, also. You know, it's like, all right. This is bad.
Kyle's put in what I spelt it as.
That
Metaltrigzer.
Tiger. Well,
And
wow.
everyone was like, "What?" And I was like, "I just ignore it."
That sounds like a thrash metal band. Like
it was just maybe people think I'm a heavy metal lover, which I'm not.
That's awesome. Oh, it's on your debut video. Oh, see, Kyle's got it. Kyle's got it hidden, so I'll pull it out when you make fun of you later.
He's got it.
I heard you talk about anime in there. Are you a big anime fan?
Not so much a big anime fan. I have very specific animes that I watch, but I remember this because this is when we were all talking about English versus Japanese dubs.
Mm-hmm.
And Daz loves English Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, listen, Daz, it's an absolute tragedy. Dragon Ball Z in English. It's like one of the earlier animes that went over to the West, and they were like, so we can basically keep true to the Japanese script and miss the audience, or we could just change the whole thing.
Speaking of Dazzy.
Hi, Daz.
Hi, Daz.
Daz likes the English version of Dragon Ball Z, which is terrible because it's just awful. It's not the right script. The voices are inconsistent. The acting's actually quite poor, and yeah, I'm not into it, Daz. I'm not into it. But I have been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Original Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japanese, and that's another one that got ruined by the English dub because they just decided we need to dumb it down for kids, and we need to take the violence out. We need to draw out any guns. We need to change the script. And I'm watching it now, and I'm like, this is completely different, and it's so much better.
Usually, when you start on any type of anime train, usually you either start with Akira or Vampire Hunter D for the movies, or you like Dragon Ball Z or Sailor Moon, whichever ones you start with. I started with Dragon Ball Z and was like, yes, this is amazing! It's like, yeah, and you started on that all through college. I was like, yes, let's watch more anime. We'd go and we just
Dragon
pick...
Ball Z is amazing.
Yeah, we just go and pick a random one. Back when there was video stores, also pointing out how old I am. So we'd go and we'd rent a bunch of them, like a huge stack, and sit until like 4 a.m. and watch them and go, yes, this one's good, that one's shit, this one's good, that one's shit. I tend to like the older style ones, like Blue Seed and things like that. But I do prefer the Japanese to the English subtitle, the English dubbed, excuse me, because it just sounds weird.
I know, and they have the audacity to change the music as well in some of the animes. I think they do it. They never used to do it for Pokemon, but apparently they do now. They rescore it, which I don't understand why. I think it's just a bit insulting to the original creators to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna change your music because we don't think the people in the West will like it. It's like, but the Japanese stuff is better because they end up doing it on the cheap. And because they do it on the cheap, you only get a select few tracks, so it feels quite repetitive. And Chris and I watch the English dub Pokemon as a joke. We laugh at it when we watch it. We're like, oh, this is so bad. It's so good at the same time.
Oh yeah, but I had a huge a huge time with the anime and all that. Oh yeah, you get the animes that make you cry. You got the sappy girl wins over everything, super magical girl in high school, that kind of thing. Then you have the tournament ones like Flame of Recca, that this dude's going around flaming and killing everybody. It's great. It's great. You have your choice.
Chris is a big anime fan. He's always watching anime.
Yeah.
He's like watching on his phone when I'm having a shower or something. I'm like, we're watching anime, and I'm like, okay.
Okay.
He loves his anime. But I pick up the odd word.
Mm-hmm.
And I annoy him with it, like Sugoi.
Mm-hmm.
Sugoi!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just go, Sugoi! He loves it. Nani. My favorite.
Yes, Nani. Yes, it's great. It's great.
Or Moshi Moshi. Moshi Moshi.
Yes.
We love that one.
It's good. It's good to have that. I'm also a big fan of like K-drama and K-pop and all that. So I mix them both together. So some Japanese words, some Korean words. So I'm just like throwing a bunch of languages into a blender and throwing them all out at once. So yeah, it's great. You can get any kind of exclamation.
I love it. I need to learn more random foreign words. Yes. It just makes conversation so much more entertaining.
They just look at you like, what'd you just say? What? I don't know. All right, so what do you wish you knew before you started streaming?
Oh God, I guess the technical aspect to it. I am quite a tech savvy person anyway, so I'm quite lucky in that regard. So I can figure things out, but it gets very complicated very quickly when you've got multiple sources like browser sources, audio sources. I wish I knew that desktop audio would be different to Elgato audio. I think you can have a setting so that all your audio goes through desktop audio, but I like to have my Elgato separate to my desktop audio because it's easier, it's better control. And then there is a huge difference between capturing games on like a console and then streaming a PC version, because the audios are completely different. And trying to stream PC games does my head in. But do you know what? Everyone belittles me for this, right? But I actually started streaming on a Mac Mini that had Windows 10 on it, or had it partitioned. And people are like, why are you using a Mac Mini? But basically, I didn't buy the Mac Mini to stream. I already had the Mac Mini. I don't have a Windows machine because I'm a Mac user. So for about a year and probably about 13, 14 months, I was using the Mac Mini, and it was just problem after problem, because that's another thing I wish I had known before streaming, how demanding it can be on the hardware, especially if you've got a machine that doesn't have its own dedicated graphics card. So the Mac Minis, it's an Intel processor and with its integrated Intel graphics, and that did not perform very well. I mean, it did all right, but it was very easy for it to go encoder overloads. I'm gonna die now. But yeah, it's things like that. It's just the technical side. It's a lot. I'm not trying to put people off. If you want to stream, just stream. But yeah, just know that there is a bit of technicalities to it. But everyone will help you with it. If you say to someone, "I want to stream," they'll be like, "I'll help you. I'll tell you everything about OBS. I will tell you the dark side of OBS."
The dark side.
It has a very dark side to it.
Yeah, and when I started, I just did it randomly, like 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I was gonna try a stream. So it's like I did it with whatever it's called, that Twitch Studio, whatever. I tried it out just to see what it was like. Yeah. It was so easy. I did it. I was like, whoa, this isn't that bad. And it's like, wait a minute. Then I started to learn the other things, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This is too much for my tiny brain. So I had to sit there with with my notebook and my YouTubes, watching all these videos on how to do this thing. Otherwise, I'd be like, what? And every time I figure something out, like the stream labels, I swear to God, I was so proud of myself when I figured out how to put stream labels on a thing. I was like, oh my God, I'm so smart. Yeah, until you see Dazzleax stream with his freaking slot machines, and I'm like,
I know.
Excuse me?
Very fancy. he's got his ghost as well, which I made for him. I made
Yes.
those little ghosties
Yeah,
for him.
you're just your entire like circle of friends have the most amazing overlays and sound bites and all kinds of technical animated doodads, and I'm over here going, I just figured out how to do a stream label.
I mean, that's what I like about Twitch, because I did media production. It does keep me relatively creative, even though I'm not really using my degree. Most of what I've learned anyway is self-taught. I was taught the basics of like Adobe Photoshop and Premiere Pro and After Effects in college, and then from there I just sort of just taught myself. And I Google thing. If I don't know something, I Google it. I'm like, I do this, and because I'm quite tech savvy, I can sort of pick it up fairly quickly, and I'm like, oh yeah, no wait, I understand what it wants me to do. But yeah, I do love to get a bit creative on my Twitch.
I love that you're like in the median. You have the creative brain and you have the logical brain. You're like dead center. It's like, bitch, I can do both. And unlike some people who are completely left side or completely right side, you got the benefit of being in the middle. So jealous.
I know, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky.
It's like, I'm so lucky. I can totally do all of the creative things and all of that. Your Sims overlay is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So I was like, wow, that's so
yeah,
cool.
You know, it's so simple as well, because sometimes I overthink how I want something to be in it, and I get frustrated trying to make it. But all I did with that was, I think I just found a wallpaper from The Sims, an official Sims wallpaper, and I cropped it so that there was nothing, because I think some of the plumb bobs were cut off at the top and the bottom and left and right. So I cropped it so none of them were cut off, so that, and then when I put it into OBS, and then there's a scrolling effect you can do on OBS, and you can choose what direction it scrolls. And because I've cropped it so that there's no cut-offs, it just looks like it's just an infinite image, but it's just repeating it. Because it's a solid color, that it's the same color in the background, it does look like it's just infinitely scrolling, but it's just the same image, just going left to right over and over and over again.
Holy shit, you guys taking notes? Senpai's over here telling us how to do the thing.
I know, it's so funny because my last one, I did a bit of Apple Motion on that, and everyone's like, that's nice, but the most simple one I made, I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. So yeah, I need to learn to be more simplistic in my creativity.
But it's still awesome though that you can do that. It is awesome. Some of us have to buy things on Etsy because we're too dumb to figure it out. So whatever works, I guess. You know. See, look, now the entire chat's taking notes. See that, Callum?
Oh yeah.
You're big braining in my chat, and I love it. I love it.
Stealing my ideas.
No, I'm not stealing any ideas. No. No.
All right now.
It's like, no, copyright. Yes, we don't want to do any copyright strikes. No stealing from other streamers. You can share, but don't steal. That's bad. All right. So in your mind, what is the best thing about Twitch?
It's just the community that you build, or the people that you meet. Because through Twitch, I met a lot of people. You know, we got like Dazzler, Queen Vic, Quasi Saturn, Pizzachan, 505.
Oh no, I don't know about her. She's loud.
Yeah, I can't stand her.
No,
but yeah, but it is the people, yeah. And I've met Daz and James in real life. I've obviously met
That's really cool
because he's my brother. I've been to James's house. I've peed in his house.
You peed in his house.
I own his house now.
See, now I'm jealous because I want to meet Cooper.
Cooper tried to. Cooper. So we went for a walk. So it was me. So it's me, James, and Chris. We brought Bazzy, which is Chris's dog, and then James obviously brought Cooper. We were walking up this sort of path. It was kind of like sort of like stoned and stuff on the ground. And Cooper was running around wild, and he ran into my legs. And I actually, I fell straight into the ground. onto the dirty grounds
Oh
for
no.
trying to kill me.
Oh
James was
no.
mortified. James
Aw.
was very embarrassed.
Of
I,
course
like,
that would
put my
happen.
hand.
Of course. If something bad's gonna happen, it's gonna be when you first meet somebody. Cause yeah.
Honestly, that was a fun time. It was a fun time. But yeah, he's a naughty boy, Cooper. He's naughty. We had a barbecue at James's house,
Mm-hmm.
and you could just see it in his face that he was like thinking of things to do
Mhm.
that would be naughty, because he was already being naughty, and James he's like, settle down, and then he was just like looking for things to to be annoying with. He's a funny boy. He's a funny boy. But yeah, that is the best thing about Twitch, honestly, is the people. When you start your stream, and then you just talk to people while you play good games, or
Mhm.
you play games with people. That's my favorite part, 100%.
It's not everybody's cup of tea, though. A lot of people like to go in, hey, I want to go in, I want to make money, that kind of thing. And more power to them. But I do agree with you. It's the people you meet, the amazing people you meet, the things you learn. You know what I mean? It's like I would never have met anybody from the UK otherwise. And now I want to go there because I know so many people over there. It's like I gotta visit this person, I gotta visit this person, this person, this
Oh, yeah.
person. I gotta go to
Well, you know,
Portugal.
if you come to Wales, you get to meet me, Chris, James, and Dazzleac all together.
Oh,
And
that's
Jen,
awesome.
I assume. Jen
And
also
Jen
lives in
Jen!
Wales.
Oh god, everybody's over there. Okay, so I gotta
Yes,
go.
yes.
I gotta go over there. If I wasn't scared to death of like traveling anywhere, I get really like so bad social anxiety when I go outside and there's too many people.
I think another great thing about Twitching as well, because you meet people. Daz and I are actually going to be working in the same building soon.
Really?
So because Daz mentioned that he had left his current job, and so I sent him a job from the company I work in. He interviewed and he got the job because he's amazing. And so yeah, we will be working. Well, I work 4 days a week, so I'm like, Daz, you have to come in on a Tuesday, all right? But yeah, I'm gonna. Daz starts on the 31st of October. Lucky him. That's a Monday, I think.
Are you? James is gonna boss me. James is gonna boss you around, is he? James bosses everybody around.
But I'm gonna take Daz to the coffee shop and I'm gonna buy him a nice drink on the day I meet him. But yeah, that's quite cool. That James gonna boss me around. Yeah, that's what I love about Twitch. People you meet, getting people jobs.
Yeah.
If I can.
Yeah.
Well, you meant Callum. Dad, you will not boss me around. I'll get you fired.
But yeah, you're. I was telling Dazzy the same thing about how your communities, how your circle of communities are all like a chain linked family. You guys are so close. You crack jokes at each other. You've met each other. It's like, are these people just like sitting in a room together, just laughing and chatting? It's like I want to be part of that. I want to do that. That's one of the best things. Everybody strives to have that family, community, environment. Some people just don't get it, you know? But you guys got it. You got the thing, the most craved thing, and I applaud you for that.
Oh, thank you. We are all very close, and yeah, we all watch each other as well. You know, we all know each other's schedules.
I know it's so
if
good.
Someone says I'm not streaming today, there's like a riot that goes on in the Discord, or you get messages, why aren't you streaming tonight? You know,
Yeah.
people are like they plan ahead to be like, I'm gonna go watch. I'll watch Callum stream tonight. I'm looking forward to watch Callum stream, or watch James' stream like on a Friday and a Saturday or Sunday.
What I hate was when you guys are streaming all at the same time. So it goes, oh shit. Now I gotta pick which one. Or nope, I'll just watch y'all. I'll watch y'all. Put all three up. I don't care. I'll just watch y'all.
That is the worst thing, is where when you got a double dip. Chris gets very stressed out when I double dip because there's too many sounds going on. He's like, do you have to? I'm like, yes, I do. You have to. We have to.
You don't understand. You need to do it. You know, there's people that you go through your list and go, oh shit, they're on. I have to go watch them. Yeah, unfortunately, at work, I could probably watch Twitch, but it's like a black hole of internet. So nothing ever works. I can't watch Twitch or it would eat up like every amount of data that I have. So I have to sit there and like stare at the wall and write notes and stuff like that, look through Facebook. It's like I would love to just sit and watch Twitch, but my boss would not give a shit.
I think you need to speak to your employer and be like, listen, these are unreasonable working conditions. I can't watch Twitch. You cannot expect me to do this. You fix this or I leave. You know, you tell them.
Unreasonable. Well, I mean, the creepiest thing about my job, well, I mean, it's pretty chill most of the time, but I do work like 5 doors down from the morgue and the autopsy room, which is very creepy. So if the zombie apocalypse is gonna start, it's gonna start in the hospital where I work.
Wow. You know, my grandparents, or my grandmother now, they have a funeral business,
Mm-hmm.
and the morgue is actually located underneath the dentist.
Oh,
So you've got the morgue on the ground.
I don't want to go to that dentist.
On the first floor, you've got a dentist.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go anywhere near a dentist that's sitting very close to a morgue because, you know,
Yeah,
it doesn't make
it's
you
not
feel
good.
good about that dentist.
Resident Evil waiting to happen.
Yeah, no. Oh, wrong side. There we go. All right. What is your personal hack for staying motivated and productive for your streams?
Oh my god, I just get on and do it. Sometimes I'm like, I can't be arsed today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no. Well, what I think is, I'm like, can't be arsed today. And I think, well, what am I going to do instead? Probably sit in bed and say to myself, I'm bored. What should I do? And that will just go on for hours, and I have done nothing. So it's that. And the fact that I just can't deal with the backlash of the community or the like Vic, Kyle, James being like, well, why aren't you streaming? It's much easier just to stream miserably than it is to, not stream at all. But no, it's just something to do. I'm just like, oh, it's something to do. Because sometimes I can be very unmotivated. But I just think, oh, it's something to do. Maybe I could play a different game. That's why, because I started, because I was kind of getting a bit tired of Tomb Raider, because I've been doing it for 2 years. I was like, I can't do Tomb Raider anymore. And I did Random Sunday where I played The Sims 2, and people were like, that was so much. People were like, oh, that was so funny, and I really enjoyed it. So I was like, I'm gonna play The Sims then. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, just something to do, because otherwise I will just sit there bored. And it's just nice when people tell you they enjoy watching you, so that's always motivational. It's very encouraging, because sometimes you get to a point where you're like, oh, I don't think anyone's really enjoying watching us, or I think people are bored. But then they tell you, no, it's not boring at all, we love it.
Some of your worst streams, you're like, I got all these tech problems, I was screaming and yelling at the screen. They're like, yeah, that was a great stream. You're like, what's you smoking?
This is what I mean. The knives come out, says Vic. The knives do come out. If I don't stream, there's the knives. There's the angry Callum boos. There's all sorts of emotes that can be used against you. It's quite scary.
It's true. Very true. Very true. Yeah, I get days where it's just like, no, I want a potato in bed, so I cancel my stream, and then I feel guilty for doing it. But it's like, but I want a potato, but I want to go stream because I don't want to upset them or have them forget me. Because you want to keep consistency in your streams because you're always afraid. Well, maybe nobody will come back because I missed 2 weeks because I had a problem with my medication. I was really sick. When I came back, I was like, no one's gonna show up, and everybody, all of my favorite regulars showed up. I was in tears. I was like,
it's so
me.
Nice, isn't it?
It's like they do still like me, so that's a good feeling that people want to watch you.
I love it. Yeah, it's nice. It's sometimes you just need that reassurance, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you're your own worst enemy, as they say.
Right? Your brain. Especially if you have anxiety or depression. You are your worst enemy. You are worse than what anybody else can say to you because you're over there tearing yourself up. It's like, no one wants to watch you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, please shut up. Please shut up. But it's not true. None of it. None of it.
I know that feeling.
But I do love your channel. I do. I wish I could watch more of it, but, with work and everything,
time
but
differences.
Yes, and time. Well. Yeah, time differences. That's what is that bullshit? But you're so far away. But I do love your channel. One of my favorite cozy
Thank you
channels.
very much. It is. It's done well in the past 2 years. I just had my 2 year anniversary about just over a week ago,
Really?
and
How'd I miss that?
slaving over a video as well. I was like, I've got to make an anniversary video because I made an anniversary video last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I really enjoyed making it. And I do like to video edit, and I was like, I've got to do one this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think it was as good as last year's, and I'm not feeling it, but people loved it regardless. Because you're also your worst critic as well.
True.
Nothing I don't make when I make something, I'm usually never pleased with it, but people reassure me it's actually quite good, and I'm like, I'm only an amateur. I'm not that talented. I'm not that good, but people will tell me otherwise.
I don't know. I think you're pretty talented. You're funny. You make cool backgrounds. You're good at games. Better than I am at games. You can do things like Tomb Raider. Or you can platform on things. If I want like 10 minutes through it, I'm giving up. Nope, not doing that. I'm just throwing that out because I ain't touching the platforming games. I think everybody's ears were bleeding when I was playing what's it called? Little Nightmares. I was so mad. I can't do it.
It looks tricky. That game looks tricky. I've watched Daz play it, and yeah, it is quite scary.
I can't. No, it's not that it's not scary. It's just the perception, the way things are laid out. I always miss and I'd fall. And I'll be like, shit.
Are you any good at Sonic?
I wish I loved them when I was a kid, but now I can't play them. I played Sonic and Knuckles a lot when I was a kid, and I just can't do it now. Maybe just because I'm old. My perception sucks, but But
I mean,
I like him.
James, he's terrible.
James is terrible. I don't know, but still, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. So the games you normally play on your channel, you have The Sims, you play Tomb Raider, Phasmophobia. You hear the crackling? That's me trying to think. Resident Evil. Those. So you're the variety streamer. Do you enjoy liking the variety, or would you rather pick a genre? Be stuck in a genre?
I like the variety because I would get very sick of doing the same thing day in day out, which is actually what I'm doing now. Ironically, I'm playing The Sims quite a lot. But The Sims is so varied. It's got infinite possibilities, that game. But if I was to do literally just play Tomb Raider day in day out, I would probably jump off a cliff. I think Daz started out as a Tomb Raider streamer, and then he sort of very quickly decided he was not going to be doing only Tomb Raider. He was like, I cannot only play Tomb Raider, because it does get repetitive. And it's like, because I wouldn't do any speed runs, or I wouldn't do. I try to avoid being like, I'm going to grind this game to 100% because I don't want to end up hating that game or being like, oh, I remember how boring it was to do this or how frustrating it was. I don't want to ruin the flavor of that game. But I have played a lot of classic Tomb Raider over the past 2 years, so I did decide I will put Tomb Raider to bed for a while because we're enjoying The Sims. I do need to try and get another game wedged in there. Phasmophobia, in my view, I've been playing that every week, like every Saturday, and I'm starting to get a bit fatigued on it. So I'm thinking of trying to wedge in another game. So maybe do Phasmophobia every second week or something like that.
I still have to join your little crew because I love Phasmo.
You do. We do love a bit of Phas. It's a good game, and the trouble because I want Saturdays to be sort of like a multiplayer sort of time, but it's so hard to get people to join you in multiplayer games because everyone has.
Oh my god, that's a mood.
Console, or their PC isn't quite up to scratch. Like for me, if I play a PC game. It can't be too demanding because I've obviously got to do OBS, and OBS is already quite demanding. And my PC, which James gave me this PC actually, it was an old PC that James donated to me, which is why I don't stream on a Mac Mini anymore. It's very good PC, but it does struggle a bit on certain games if I'm streaming at the same time, which is what happened with Phas at the moment. I think there's a glitch in Phas, though. I think it's a bug because my stream goes down to like 15 frames per second when I open up the menus in the lobby, but everywhere else is fine. So I don't really understand what's going on there. I think there's a glitch or bug in the game. But yeah, I just want to try and get some more games in there now because I'm getting tired of us.
For Phasma, yeah, I had mic troubles the first part of before they did all the updates to it. My mic would never pick up, so the ghost would never hear me. I'm like, this game sucks. Nothing
that
ever
used to
attacks
happen a
me.
lot. I was annoying, yeah, because I think the only solution was like to tab in and out of the game, and that didn't always work.
Right.
But apparently, it was because they used to use Windows microphone technology, and they don't use that anymore, and it's like amazing now because it's perfect. So blame Microsoft; it was their crappy technology.
That's your fault, Microsoft. And what was I gonna say? Oh, the smoke is happening. Nope, it'll come back to me later. So what is your favorite game to stream of all time? Of all the streams you've done, what is the most epic? What sits up there on the top tier shelf?
Oh god, I played so many games. Not that many.
2 years is a long time. You can play a lot of games in there.
Yeah, I've played a lot of games. Nothing comes to mind. Nothing springs to mind of the games that I love playing. I want to say there was probably a Tomb Raider game that I really enjoyed playing because I do love Tomb Raider, classic Tomb Raider. Definitely not Tomb Raider 3. That can go to hell. No, Tomb Raider 3 was alright. I chose the PS1 version, which is like notoriously difficult because of the save system. I think I really enjoyed Tomb Raider 2. Tomb Raider 2 is one of my favorites. But Last Revelation was also really good. I also really enjoyed playing Last Revelation. Classic Tomb Raider is probably the ones I enjoyed the most. But I am enjoying The Sims now.
How can you not enjoy The Sims? And Resident Evil! Don't say it! Don't say it, Callum! I'll go off on a tangent. I warned everybody I go with, do not talk about Resident Evil because I will go off. But
I've never played in my life. It's fine. We'll ignore that.
Yeah, we'll ignore that even exists. So, I am a Tomb Raider noob. How many are there of the OGs of Tomb Raider?
So there's technically 6. So you've got Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, Last Revelation, Chronicles, all on the PlayStation 1, and then you've got Angel of Darkness, which is on the PS2. So they're considered the classics that were made under core design, and then obviously it got sold off to Crystal Dynamics. So yeah, there's basically 6 of the classics. But if you're talking like proper classics, probably 5, because people like to say PS1 is a classic and then PS2 is not so much a classic because people still feel that it's very new, I guess. But yeah, classic Tomb Raiders. If you're talking about that sort of PS1 engine, yeah, just 5.
But it's a big fight, though. I did an actual podcast on retro games, what's considered a retro game, what people think a retro game, because a lot of people are arguing. So I guess it's really your point of view, what you think. Because some people are like, anything before 1997 is considered retro. And then some people are saying only if it's going on this console back, it's considered retro. Or some say it's if longer, if it's 15 years or older, it's considered retro. So it's like, which one is it?
But I mean, being of my age, when I hear retro, I assume the first thing that comes to my mind is 2D games, not 3D games, just Mega Drive, SNES sort of thing. Maybe a bit of PS1, I guess, because some PS1 games where you could get 2D ones. Like when people say what was Mario like 20 years ago, I think of Mario on the NES, but it's actually Mario Sunshine on the GameCube, which was 20 years ago. So I guess it's an age thing, isn't it?
I guess that's why I said it's a point of view. What people consider retro. I mean, people
are saying that the Xbox 360 is retro, and we refuse to believe it.
No, it's not.
Like yesterday when it came out. It still feels too new.
Yeah, so
to be considered that old.
Yeah, because some people think like the Atari, like 2600, is retro. Of course, it is retro. But then you move down the line. But I mean, anything to me could be like anything, but beyond whatever the new consoles are considered. Oh, that's an older game. That's retro. It's like okay, whatever you want to think, Bra. Whatever you want to think. So
some people probably think a PS4 is retro now.
Right now, yeah. It's like okay, it makes you feel real old, don't it? real
I
old.
don't even want to think about it.
All right. So, what is your favorite console to play on, and why?
What is my favorite console to play on? Oh my god. So at the moment, well, I for the past few years I played on my Switch quite a lot. I love my Switch. I probably own more Switch games than I do on because I had a PS4, but I didn't really buy that many games for it. I'm more of a Nintendo person these days. But the Switch is, the Switch is starting to age now. So if a game is available on the Switch and other consoles, I will probably get up for my Xbox because I got an Xbox Series X this year.
Oh,
But yeah, I do love Nintendo games. There's just something about Nintendo games like The Legend of Zelda. Love the Zelda Mario games. Love them. Um, but yeah, I guess probably the Switch, I'd say, because it's just been such a good console for me. But back in the day, back when I was younger, it was a GameCube. Kyle and I had a GameCube and we loved it. We absolutely loved our Nintendo GameCube. That was our baby.
I just recently unearthed my GameCube.
I did see that.
I unearthed it because I let somebody borrow it for a long time, and they gave it back to me without like the adapter and the cord or anything.
That's rude.
They gave me the controllers back, however, and not the memory card. It's like, what are you gonna do with that shit anyway? But anyway, I found it. My husband found it on Amazon and got me the wires and everything, so I was able to play it. I was like, yes, I can play Eternal Darkness, but I love the little GameCube. It's just sitting there being happy on my desk now. It's like, aw, you cute little thing.
So perfect.
It is.
It's got a handle as well.
Right? I love it very much. I was so excited to play it. I was like, all these controls are weird because I used to play on playing on the Xbox controller now. So you go and use this other controller. It's like, what am I doing with my life? But
a wacky controller, that's for sure.
Yeah. But I think I have like 5 games for the GameCube. But the Eternal Darkness, Resident Evil 4, and The Sims were like the ones I played the most.
Oh,
it's so good.
Nice.
It's so good. It was so good. But my favorite console would have to be the PlayStation 2 because it has most of my favorite OG games for it. Like Fatal Frame, if anybody likes the Fatal Frame or Project Zero games. Oh, they're so good and creepy. But all the games I liked what came off of the PlayStation. We had like 2 of them in the house. It's like, which one of you bastards work? I gotta play these games. So it's like, yes, I can play them on stream and everything. They make me irritated because of the tank controls, but that's part of the joy. Part of the joy of playing games. Yeah, we're just running into walls. So tell me why with the new Sims obsession you're doing all of these cozy streams. Is it just because people like it, or it's just because it's chill? Or I mean, I can understand it, but
yeah, because it was that random Sunday where I was like, because I don't think Vic was streaming. And I was like, do you know, I'm just gonna stream. I'm just gonna stream today. I'm just gonna do it. And I was like, I'll stream The Sims. I've not really, because I've been meaning to stream it for quite a while. And I was like, I'll just do it. So I streamed The Sims 2, and everyone loved it. And yeah, part of the reason is because people do like it. People say, oh, please, can you play more Sims? Please, please, please. And I thought, do you know what? I will, because I think I was playing Tomb Raider 3 at the time, and I was trying to get all the secrets, and I was getting quite frustrated with it. And because I was doing it on a Tuesday when I was working in the office, I was just too tired for it, and I was like, I'm not enjoying this now. I'm a bit fatigued, Tomb Raider fatigues at this particular time. So I just replaced it with The Sims, and it's just so much fun, The Sims. Because I've created James in it, it's just a hilarity of it.
Do you use mods with your Sims?
I don't know. I just play it as it is.
Okay.
I've never been big on doing mods. I don't know. I'm just not. I've never really looked into it, but I just like what the base games really, what the games bring you. And there's so many expansion packs and game packs that it's enough to keep me entertained.
There's a lot.
James did buy me 2 expansion packs the other day. So he got me cottage living and university.
You're gonna love cottage
And
living. I love that one so
can't
much.
wait because we've been doing Get Famous,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm afraid to say James's reputation is just absolutely terrible.
Oh
we've
no,
decided he needs a
James!
quiet life now. He needs a quiet life.
He can move
And
out in the country with his rabbits and his llamas. He'll be fine.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
and he is magic as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically we started out trying to ruin Bella's life by stealing her husband. James stole Mortimer.
Oh
And then somehow
no!
Mortimer died. We don't know how, but
He
Mortimer died.
died.
I was like, and we were like, I don't know how it happened, James. So
Oh, I
we brought
remember
back
him
to
saying
life.
that. Oh my god. What the heck? That's so
He's a
weird.
horrible man, Mortimer, though. He's very grumpy and he's
Yeah.
always rejecting James's advances, but James still bangs him when he can in The Sims.
I love
But yeah,
it.
we're gonna get a cottage now. We're gonna get a nice cottage because James's fame is he's out of control.
Out of
He's always
control!
having breakdowns.
Yeah, I can't.
I just can't handle him anymore.
I can't play The Sims normal. I mean, I'll make a pretty house and I'll play for like a day and then I stop. But most of the time, I just play and see how many people I can trap inside my house because people just randomly come in. So it's like, okay, you're walled in my house now. So I have this weird collection of people. The whole neighborhood is in my house because I have them trapped there. It's like, what?
Do you know what? My least favorite thing about The Sims is creating Sims and building houses. I
Uh-huh.
just like to play with the Sims.
Okay.
I'm just like, no, I want to create these Sims and make or break them, sort of thing. But I've always loved The Sims. I played it from The Sims 1. I remember buying The Sims Hot Date from a second
Hot date.
marketplace. And I loved it. I
It's
played
so
it for
good.
hours. It's just it's amazing. And then I got The Sims Triple Deluxe,
Mm-hmm.
and then got some nice expansion packs. And then I eventually got more like Superstar, Maker Magic. And obviously The Sims 2 came out, and I loved that. I don't think I played all the expansion packs. I think I played up until I think Open for Business came out, and then I sort of stopped playing it after that. I didn't really play the Pets one, or the Bon Voyage, the Holiday one, or the Apartment Life. And The Sims 3 is probably my favorite one.
Sims
I
3.
love The Sims 3.
I love the
Yeah,
seasons.
I just loved the open world. I thought the open world was so seamless. My favorite expansion was World Adventures.
Uh-huh.
I absolutely loved that.
So good.
Because The Sims 4 kind of tried to replicate it with Jungle Adventure, but it's so dumbed down. It's not as there's not a lot you can do in it. It gets very repetitive very quickly. But The Sims 3 World Adventures, oh my god, I need to stream it. I need to stream that actually.
Yes, you should. You should. Get on
Sims
that.
3 was my favorite. I loved Sims 3. I played that for hours and hours.
You can lose like an entire day playing The Sims. And
Oh,
that's just me. That's just me building the sim itself. It takes me at least 3 hours to build a sim, and then even longer to build a house. So
it's crazy.
and then I get tired by the time I get to the part of playing. It's like, nah, I don't want to do that no more.
We might be getting the Sims 5 announcement soon as well, so that's
Yes,
exciting.
that's really cool. Have you seen any of the shots from that? It looks really good. Looks really good.
I haven't, no, but I know the Sims 4 is going to be free soon.
Free! Free is good. We like free.
I know, but I mean, most people have bought it now anyway. But you know what? They're so clever because The Sims 4 is probably 90% always on sale. It's always on sale, but all the expansions in the game packs are like full price. So they had such a good way of luring you in.
It's like, here, you're gonna spend all this money because you want them all.
Oh, honestly, but I used to be like that. I used to want to get all the expansion packs, but now I just pick the ones I like because for like Sims 4, there's like a high school one. I'm like, I don't want to control teenagers. I don't want to go to high school. Or there's like a parenthood one, and just ones I'm like, that looks shit.
Like, how dare you? No, I don't want to do that. But yeah, it's cool.
I'm just like, I just pick the ones that I like to play.
That's good though. Sorry, I was trying to find the lead for my pencil because my pencil's out of lead again. Because I write like a caveman, push really hard on the paper, so I keep popping the lead out.
I don't write anything these days.
No?
Not at all. No, I don't handwrite anything like at all.
Oh, that's how I usually do most of my stories and stuff. I usually write them by hand first, which is
Oh,
probably bad because I just destroy all this pencil-lit because I write like I said, very heavy-handed. But
pens.
so what advice would you give to a newbie streamer just starting out? What would you tell them?
Oh, just don't be nervous. Just do it. Just get on with it. No,
Just
I
do
mean,
it.
definitely, yeah. I mean, definitely, like what you did. Maybe watch a few YouTube videos about OBS
Mhm.
and like how the basics of using it, setting up. Getting the tech side sorted, because the one thing you don't want is to have you go on your very first stream and everything breaks. That's
Yeah.
because I think people would take that as I'm not going to do it ever again. But no, yeah, just don't be nervous about it, and also play what you want to play. Don't follow trends. Be like, oh, people are playing Fortnite, so I'll just play Fortnite on stream, even though I don't like it. Just don't do that. Just play what you like. As everyone has always said, be yourself, because no one wants. You can't. Don't be fake. Don't. And also, don't be a dick, because some people really are quite.
They are, right?
I'm just like, why? Well, this. I guess it's people. This is where the fakeness comes in. People will pretend to be nice, and the moment they've got loads of followers and stuff, they're just like, nah, I'm gonna be a dick now. I'm not gonna read chat. I'm not gonna interact with people. You're just numbers to me now. But yeah, just enjoy it, because that's and just engage with people that come into your stream. Because people that come in to chat to you are actually interested to talk to you. They're interested in what you're doing.
Mhm.
If I'm playing a Sonic game and someone comes in to watch Sonic game, you've instantly got something in common. You both like Sonic games.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just have fun with it. Just don't be nervous. Don't expect to have 20 people on your watching you. It is a very slow process. I was very lucky because Kyle already had a community by the time I started, and so he sort of hyped me up, and then he raided me, and people in his community raided me. So I was quite lucky that people were already watching me. Not that I didn't have big numbers. Usually I get less than 10. 2 years on, I still get less than 10. But it doesn't matter to me, because I like the people that come.
So humble and so beautiful. I love you, Callum.
I
You're
know.
awesome. But yeah, I was also very lucky when I started because I was already part of communities. I wasn't a streamer. I think I was the only person amongst streamers that wasn't a streamer. So I would just hang out in their chat and cheer them on and support them. And then they were saying everybody in the community, nobody plays spooky games. I was like, I like spooky games. It's like, you should stream. It's like, no, you should stream now. You should stream now. And then one day I streamed, and it's like, yeah, she's streaming. And now all these people, my very first day I made affiliate. The first day I started streaming, I made affiliate. I was like,
Wow.
holy
That's
shit.
amazing. I
That's
think it took me probably a week. I think it took about a week. I think when I started, I think I already had about 30 people following. So I needed about, is it 50 you need, isn't it? You have to have 50 followers, and there's other criteria you have to meet, like so many hours and whatnot. But yeah, that's amazing.
I had a lot of people angry with me. It's like, how dare you get that many people? Did you ask them to? It's like, I didn't think anybody was going to show up.
Did you
buy them? No, they're not bots. They're real people. I didn't tell them to come in, and I didn't tell them to follow me, and I didn't say anything like that. But I was like, oh my god, emotes! I didn't care that I was an affiliate. I wanted emotes. That's all I wanted. I was like, I gotta pick up the emotes.
Emotes, absolutely.
But what you said about people becoming very rude and money oriented. I was reading on Twitter about a dude. It's like, yeah, I don't care about my viewers. They're just ATMs to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. What the fuck, dude? Pardon my language, but what the fuck?
That warrants the C word.
Yes, that word. That word isn't used very much over here, and if you do use it, people look at you like, wow, they must have did something really bad. So
it's like a goodbye here.
I've noticed. That was like the first time I heard it. I was like, oh, you're using that word? Oh my god! Because we don't use that word over here. That's the worst of the worst word to use over here.
It's Mr. Ripley. It's his
Oh,
favorite
Mr.
word.
I know. I love Mr. Ripley. He is amazing.
He's got the most amazing voice. I love it, Mr. Ripley's
I love
voice.
listening to him. He's my favorite toxic streamer on Twitch. I love when he goes and plays Dead by Daylight. He's just so mean. I love it.
He's toxic.
He is toxic, but he's also really, really good. But yeah, but it's like, why would you do that? Why would you openly say that? It's like you're done. You're done. And also
So funny.
the guy who was banning lurkers. I think I was talking about this on Dazzy's stream.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
That he was
Or, yeah,
banning
I
all the
remember
people who weren't interacting in chat. I'm like, you are losing all of your followers because of this. So you don't even know, because you need your lurkers. You need them. You should be honored that they pick you as their background noise. You know what I mean? What if they had an overstimulating day and they just don't want to talk, but they want to be with you and listen to your commentary? That is an honor. You should be happy.
Exactly.
But
It's nice if people want to have you on in the background.
right? Right? It's so good. Yes. Yes,
if
Ro is a lurker. Half of the people in my stream are lurkers. I've even had people falling asleep to my streams. I'm like, what crack are you smoking?
I was gonna say,
My
if
mod-
I don't want to go to bed, I'll put you on.
my mod Alexia, she's fallen asleep so many times. It's like, why? She's like, you're just so calming and soothing. I'm like, you on crack. I'm the loudest person ever.
I probably could, to be honest, because I've got hearing impairment, so I can actually sleep for.
Oh,
a fire
really?
alarm.
Wow. But
Yeah, I wear hearing aids.
oh,
They're tiny. You can't see them.
tiny.
But Chris stayed over once, and one of our fire alarms was going off like
Mhm.
all the fucking time. And I was like, I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh yeah, the fire alarm went off a couple of times last night, didn't it? He was like, are you for real, Callum? It went off like 6 or 7 times, and you were dead to the world. But I think I was either I couldn't hear it, or that I was so used to hearing it, my mind was like, nah, it ain't real. And if it is, I've lived a good life.
My boss has a hearing aid as well, and he always says, "Hey, I heard what you said. I just changed my batteries." I was like, I didn't say nothing. He's like, you're making fun of me for being old again. I was like, I was not.
Oh, honestly, mine are quite discreet because I've got them in both ears. They're quite
Okay.
small, so people don't usually notice them.
Oh.
But yeah, I've only had those for a few years actually.
Well, as
They're so
long as they help.
expensive.
As long as they help.
They do. They're so good. I love them.
Good. That's very good. All right, so we are getting down to the end of the question list. So what's next for your channel, Mr. Callum?
Ah, fuck all.
The fuck all. Are you interested in the big P, by the way, the big partner?
God, no, absolutely not. No. I just, I work a full-time job, you know,
Mhm.
so I don't have the time for it anyway. Because if you want to be a partner, you really do have to be grinding that like 9 to 5
Mhm.
every day, near enough. Yeah, I'm just not interested because I just think I would just hate it. It would just become a job, and there would be. I feel there's probably pressures behind it as well because I assume you get. I mean, it's probably a horrible thing to try and become partner in the first place, but I assume there's a specific criteria you have to keep meeting so they don't take it off you.
Mm.
But I have seen people who started out very nice. And now I'm just like, oh yeah, you can tell they're a partner now because they don't seem to engage with their chat as much, which I guess if there's loads of people in there, it's tricky. But I do know you've got a friend, haven't you, who always takes the time.
I have a
speak,
few
so
of
it's not-
them. Yeah, if
so
I
it's
have
not
a
a valid excuse, really, is it? Oh,
No,
there's too many people. in
no,
chat.
no, it really isn't
Chat.
because the one person I follow, Sneeble, she was on my channel too. She's a partner. She has 10K followers, whatever. She also has like these weird sponsor deals with like Capcom and like computer companies where they send her a computer to play games on to see if she likes it or whatever. But she's the most humble and loving person ever. I mean, she will scream at you, literally scream at you when you're in your chat. And it's like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like Sarah Avium's the same way. She's a horror streamer. She doesn't use the camera or anything. So if somebody tells you need to use a camera,
Oh, yeah.
But she's
Yeah,
also
no,
a partner, and
you can't be
the
both.
ones that I follow will recognize you in chat. I mean, sometimes they've got
Yeah.
like 200, 300 people in their chat already, but they will stop and say hi to you. So that's not an excuse that you have too many people in chat. You can notice them.
Exactly.
That's right.
And I just feel that some of them like they'll have the throne page and they'll be like, oh, I'll put a stream deck on there, and they've probably got they've got 2 already with like 3, 4 monitors. And I'm like, why do you need that? Why are you getting your viewers to buy? Because people will do it. And I know it's their choice, but sometimes
Don't get me started on that
think
subject.
you can start taking advantage of people.
People, you don't have to be a partner to do that. I've known a few people
No.
who actually just go into your chat, and it's like they sit there and harp on the fact that they don't have something, and then some poor kind-hearted person goes, I'll buy that for you, and then they go and find another person to buy something else. It's like, really, is that what you're gonna do? So the throne thing is good, but it's also bad at the same time, because some people are just
Yeah.
throwing it in your face. It's like, no, I'm not buying you nothing, sorry.
I'm just I don't know, because Kyle sent me a link for it, but I'm really awkward when people buy me things anyway.
Put it up because I want to
James
buy you things.
James bought me 2 expansion packs for the Suns 4, and I was like, oh, I was so grateful, but at the same time, I'm just so awkward about saying thank you and stuff. I don't know, because you can't thank someone enough, really. That's it, isn't it? But yeah, for me, partner, no. Just no. I like what I'm doing now. I really enjoy it. It's not about the money at all. People don't have to sub if they don't want to. People do sub because people like the emotes. People sub for the emotes, really.
Yes.
Because what the one things that I don't like is when people try to get follower goals. Like, oh, we've got this many followers. I don't know how it benefits the community. Well, I guess it's to have more people in, but at the same time, to have that goal on the screen, it's just no benefit to it. It's not going to help anyone. It's obviously it's your own personal goal, but I don't know. Or like sub goals. I only did a sub goal because it was leading to get us a new emote slot back when that's how you had to do it. I think everyone gets the same amount now anyway. And that's the only time I did it. I've got all the emote slots now, so I wouldn't put, oh yeah, I want, let's get 50 emotes, everyone. Let's get not 50 subs, because that's basically saying, can you pay me, please? Can you just get me money? I don't like that. No.
Yeah, I mean, being partner. So what I've seen is you have to have like 75 viewers in your chat consistently for a long period of time. It's like, dude, I can't handle 15 people in chat, let alone 75. I got raided once with 140 people and I broke. I just sat there. I was like, what? Damn it! I don't know what to say now. So it's
I
like,
get
no.
very overwhelmed, yeah, with so many people in the chat.
I get streamer brain. It's like, how am I supposed to focus on all these people and the game? It's like, I start sweating. My armpits are like Niagara Falls. It's like, stop it! Get away! No, I'm like you. I'm okay where I am. You know what I mean? My only goal is to have 1,000 followers eventually. 1,000. So that's it.
1,000.
1,000. That's all I want.
1,000 followers.
That's all I want.
How many have you got now? You got 647. You're doing well.
Yes. I'm surprised I got more than 10 with this loud ass mouth. But still, that's my only goal. And I'm with you with the sub goals and things like that, because people abuse the hell out of them.
They do. It's very sad.
I know this one streamer who will remain nameless likes to change it as soon as he gets that goal. He'll put up another one, or they'll put up another one and make it longer and bigger. It's like, you go, stop. They're not your piggy bank, you know? And they maybe and the followers, you may get that bigger number, but are your viewers there? Are they going to come back consistently? Like those people that are there before you start streaming and they're screaming in your chat going, yo, I'm here first, and they're screaming and having a good time. It's like, that's the best feeling ever. I love it. Now I just went on a tirade. I apologize for that. I'm sorry, Callum.
We love it.
All right, so you're not interested in partner and none of that. Oh, we're to our last question. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Okay, this is I always add a off-the-wall question, something that doesn't have to do with streaming. If you could be remembered, Callum, for one thing, what would it be?
Oh my god. Oh god, I don't know. What would I want to be remembered for? I don't know. I'm not a very. What I'm trying to say here. So I'm not a very vain person. You know, I don't think highly of myself. So it's difficult to think of what I'd want to be remembered. What would you want to be remembered for, Lizzie? Give me an example. This is what I do. I like people give me examples so that it helps me think what I want.
What I would be remembered for? Being a kind and loyal person.
Oh, do you know what? That
That's
was
it.
lingering in my mind earlier.
That's it. That's it. I mean, I don't want to do anything spectacular like save the world or whatever. I just want to be known for, hey, that person's really nice, and that person, you can trust them or you can rely on them. They'll listen to you. Whatever. It's awesome. That's an awesome feeling.
Vic remembers the mustard T-shirt.
Mustard T-shirt. What?
Yeah, I wore this. I had this. So I've got this yellow T-shirt, and because you know what, I work from home, so I could wear that yellow top like 3 days in a row. And I think Vic noticed it, and I was like, "Yeah, I've been wearing this top for 3 days." I even went out for a run in it yesterday. I was like, peak disgustingness, but I was like, I wear home, so I don't need to change my T-shirt every day. All right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. It's okay. It's cool. See, I have this thing. So you shared yours. I'll share mine. I don't like to brush my hair because when I brush it, it gets all super floofy. So I brushed it the other day, and it was like standing. It's like, this is why I don't brush my hair all the time because look at it. So it's like I'm just gonna get it all cut off so I don't have to brush it. But I have this bun. I have to stick it up. It's like, oh well, it just looks like a messy bun, which is popular, so nobody ever knows. But if I brush it, I swear to God, it sticks up like I just stuck my finger in a light socket. So it's like, nope, don't want to do it. Don't want to do it.
Another thing Vic would remember me for is the hats. She loves all the hats. Hats a big redeem. I think she's probably she spent hundreds of thousands of points on my channel just for me to wear 4 or 5 hats on top of each other.
I love that you do that. I love that.
I don't love doing it.
I mean,
it's such a nuisance.
That's one of your things, though. I mean, every streamer has a thing that they do, and that's yours. You know what I mean? Queen Vic stabs things. She stabs things on streams, and she has her little puppers, and Dazzy with the rings and all of the plushies and things like that. It's like, oh my god, it's just.
I used to wear a Dalek mask, but it's like this big mask that sits in front of your face, but it is very uncomfortable. So I decided I don't want to use it anymore because it's quite a lot of pressure on my nose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very uncomfortable to wear, and it was getting quite sore, so I don't wear it anymore. But people were very upset that I got rid of it. But it was fun, but no, I'm not doing it anymore.
Also, I wanted to ask you about this photo that I'm using. Where did that come from?
I used to work at the Doctor Who Experience in Cardiff.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was in the shop, and then there was like a green screen down on the ground floor of the exhibition, and so I used to help customers get a photo taken on a different green screen background. I used to guide where their hands had to be touching a console or fearing from a weeping angel. But during the time of this job, we used to. I think it was like once a year, we would offer tickets for customers to go into the actual studio to have a tour of the TARDIS sets. And so I joined one of them as a perk. I got it for free. And so I went around, and 2 of my colleagues who were doing the tours were like, oh, do you want to just hang back for a second? So the customers left. And they were like, all right, do you want to go play on the TARDIS then? So we went on and went onto the actual set, played on the actual TARDIS, pressed all the stuff, because there were barriers to stop customers from going on to the actual proper set. They could go into the set, but they couldn't touch anything. But we got perks, so we got to go in and touch
perks
everything.
Of the job.
So yeah, that's me and Peter Capaldi's TARDIS. Probably just a few months before they dismantled it, and that was a beautiful day. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous photo.
It's wonderful. That's quite a while ago.
Mhm.
I look quite thin there actually. I was a lot slimmer back then, and I used to clean shave as well. I've got a bit of more of a stubbly thing going on these days.
Nonsense. You're still cute.
Thank you.
But yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
I was looking, I was like, what can I do to this photo to make it? Oh, we'll add some fun stuff to it. So we'll just do this and make it simple and pretty, so people
That's
can appreciate
beautiful. I
this
love it.
beautiful photo because it's just taken so well and the lighting and everything is really good. I just wanted to know what the story was because writers like to know the story behind
They do.
everything.
That was
So,
a great show. I did love it.
but that's so good. Yeah, when I was a kid, I went to one or two Doctor Who conventions and a Star Trek convention, and I enjoyed them. I like to nerd a lot too, so I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. Remember, Doctor Who's on next week, everyone.
Yes, tune in your channels.
Jodie Whittaker is saying goodbye.
All right, well,
I miss her.
that's all my questions, Callum. Does anybody in chat have any questions for Callum? And be nice.
Yeah, Vic.
Yes, you can ask him though if you want to ask some questions. But
I am open. Oh, there's James
screaming.
The angry Callum Booze.
Are you a twin?
I am. My twin brother years and years ago broke my CD player. I'm very upset about. Hey, so I am Kyle X. Yeah, he broke my CD player, and he says I did it, and I didn't. I threw a ball. We were throwing a ball back and forth, and he hit it back, and it hit my CD player, and it fell on the ground.
Oh no, Vic's gonna start it. What's your position on walkthroughs, Callum?
Oh, walkthroughs. I think they are very important. They play a vital role in keeping gamers' sanity to like a normality. So I feel that if you need to use a walkthrough, you should. And I understand there are some safe places in which you can do so. So yeah, I am a strong supporter of walkthroughs. Thank you, Vic. What was the worst game I ever played on stream? Oh my god, what was the worst game I ever played on stream? Oh god, I'm trying to think. What was the worst game I ever played? There was a game I did play and I actually hated it. I didn't hate it. I think I did play Alien Isolation for like a stream or two and I really didn't get into it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Really, I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I'm sure there is another game though. There's something in my mind telling me you did play a game and you hated it. I can't remember what it was. But I'll go with Alien Isolation as my least favorite. As I wouldn't say the worst game, but it was certainly my least favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Balan Wonderworld. That was my worst. Actually, yes, that was the worst game I ever streamed.
Never heard
I
of
got
that.
so bored of it. Oh, don't play it. It's dead cheap. It's dead cheap now. But no, it's just basically you got six buttons do the same thing.
Oh, lovely.
But we'll go with Balan Wonderworld. Thank you, James. I'll go with Balan Wonderworld.
Okay. Any more questions? Going once?
Yeah. It's your only time. It's your only chance to ask me some very intimate questions.
Oh, hey, be careful with that. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine.
What is my thought process on picking games to stream? That's a good question. I guess it's kind of what do I feel like playing? Because what I'll do is I'll think of a game. I'm like, oh, do I want to play that game? And then I'll try to imagine myself playing it. And I'm like, no, I don't know. I'm not feeling that, Which is what happened with The Sims. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, it feels like it could be quite fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there have been other games where I've considered trying to think of an example of a game that I went, nah, I'm not playing that. I think because I started playing Pikmin recently, and I was like, do I want to stream that? And I thought about it. I played the demo with Chris. He watched me play it, and I really enjoyed it. And then I thought, would I play that on stream? And I was like, no, I actually quite enjoy playing it to myself. And I enjoy Chris watching me play it as well in person because it is just funny. See, that's kind of my thought process. Just imagine me playing it, seeing if I would enjoy it on stream. And also, there are certain games you shouldn't play on stream, such as games that are very, very heavy on text.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I tried to play BioShock. I just didn't get into it on stream because a lot of the dialogue and stuff happens while you're playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of talking over the radio and stuff, and I just wasn't listening to it. And yeah, RPG games are quite tricky to play on stream as well
Mm-hmm.
because there's lots of text and there's lots of just wandering about, I guess. Yeah, it's just you kind of want a quick win with a game for streaming. The Sims is easy because actually The Sims is so easy to stream because you can just stop, you can pause it, you can go to slow speed so your Sim does something for 5 minutes while you talk to chat. It's the perfect game. It's the perfect game to stream.
Yeah, I have trouble with text-based games too because I'm not a very good reader. I don't like to read things out loud. So it's like
I do like.
it's like I don't want to do that.
I like to do dramatic readings. I like to do dramatic, like stuff in Resident Evil when you get the papers of people.
Although that's a different story. Those papers, the lore papers, I'll read those.
Yeah, but no, I know what you mean. Yeah, no, reading blocks and blocks of text out is very exhausting. Oh, are there any streamers you haven't collaborated with that you would? Yes, Lizzie.
Me.
we gotta stream Phasmophobia.
Yes, I will join you. You just have to set a date that we do because we have time zone problems.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
You're 5 hours ahead of me. So it's like, oh man.
I don't know if there's because Amy, I think she's in a slightly different time zone to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Amy, she joins. I think when she plays with us, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon for her. I don't know if it's the same for you actually, but Faz is quite a tricky game to play in the afternoon. It feels like an evening game.
It is. Oh, Kyle has all the questions today. Don't worry, Kyle. We do not see spelling mistakes in my chat.
If you had to recommend one streamer for everything to watch, Queen Vic, please watch Queen Vic.
I love Vic.
One of my favorite streamers. I've always loved watching Queen Vic. She's like one of the, other than Kyle, she was one of the early streams. Daz as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who came first, whether it was Daz or Queen Vic. But yes, you Vic. Oh my god, I would recommend you to everyone I know. Because you're just so you don't say things to be funny. It's just the way you say things that is funny. You don't even have to try to be funny. You're just naturally funny in just the way you say things and the way you talk. What about Queen Vic resonates to you? It's just her personality. She's like the chillest person on stream ever. And she just has you in tears. And even when she gets angry in a game, it's like the chillest anger.
What I always say about Vic would be perfect as one of those homicidal AI units, like in a building somewhere, and she starts talking about the self-destruct. I want her to do this one day, make like a little clip of it, because I would play that on my stream.
I may, because Vic needle-felted me a Calamboo.
Mm-hmm.
So I made on the very sly. I didn't even tell her I was doing it. I made her a video, with some Tomb Raider music,
Mm-hmm.
Which everyone should watch because it's so funny. And she loved it, and I loved making that video because I just got to watch all these Vic clips. I probably spent an hour downloading all her clips.
I love that.
I was making a video for Vic, and I would send it to her. I was like, "Oh, here's this for you," and I was a total surprise for her. But yeah, it's just such a wonderful video of Vic just being Vic.
Uh-oh. See, Kyle's taking over my interview. I don't gotta do nothing now.
I think Kyle should start doing a podcast.
Yeah, Kyle. Why don't you do a podcast? I want to be on your podcast.
If you could pick one moment in your 2 years of streaming as your absolute favorite, what would it be? Oh, do you know what? It's when we play Among Us. We don't play Among Us very often.
Mm-hmm.
But that is like my all-time favorites because you get about up to 15 people to play. Everyone is chaotic in it. You learn about how everyone's such a liar and how could they say these things with a straight face, and it's just so funny.
Yeah, most of your chaos comes from one person in your community.
That's James.
Yep.
No, honestly, Among Us, and also the fact that I've been able to use some of my media skills for creating my layouts and videos, anniversary videos.
I love you, James.
I love you too, James. If you're saying you love me. You get a lot of comments about how amazing your videos are. Have you considered making a freelance job as part? Do you know what? People have told me to do that. But one of the reasons why I haven't done it is obviously because I work full time as well. But I get scared that people will ask me to do something that I can't do, or I feel like people think that I'm much better than I actually am, and that's probably, maybe that's true, maybe that's not true. I don't know.
Enter self-doubt. I think you'd be good at it. So.
I hope so. I have considered it. Chris is always telling me to do that sort of thing. He's like, make an Instagram, put your stuff on there.
Right.
Or get a portfolio. But yeah, I'm just scared.
Don't be scared. You're brilliant.
But yeah, everyone's saying Among Us brings the worst out in people.
It does. It does.
Hezzy is the worst.
I can't have Hezzy being bad at all because she's just so sweet and loving. I can't imagine her being evil.
She is a monster in Among Us. She lies for her teeth, and it's amazing.
I love it. I can't lie to save my life, so I would be bad at that game. But yeah. Well, that's it. That's all the questions, and thank you, chat, for Kyle throwing all those questions. Those are actually really good questions. They put mine to shame. Holy shit.
For next week, it's going to be Kyle on here, not Lizzie.
Yeah, he's going to take over my podcast, so it's fine.
I love it.
Well, all right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Callum, for joining me on this Sunday for, just poking at your brain for a little while. I appreciate it.
There's not much to poke at, but
Hey, none of that negative talk there, sir. So if you guys don't already follow... If you guys don't already follow Callum, go freaking do it now! Because he's amazing. Seriously.
On Tuesday, I'll be playing The Sims again.
Yeah, he's going to be playing The Sims. Go experience this lovely thing because it's so funny and amazing. I love it.
I can't wait to do some cottage stuff.
Oh, it's so fun. It's just going to eat your life. But most Sims games will eat your life. So
they do. They do.
All right, Callum, you can drop off now, or you can hang out. It's up to you.
I'll let you say your goodbyes. I shall disappear.
You shall disappear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining me, Callum. And when I put up the YouTube video, I'll tag you on Twitter. Okay?
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
I love you. See you soon.
Oh, I love you too. Bye.
Bye. All right. So that was fun. Callum is an amazing person. Very fun to talk to. Very easy to talk to. So, thanks guys for being here and hanging out with me on this cozy Sunday. We don't have any more podcasts for this month. Yeah, no more podcasts for this month. The next podcast, sort of podcast talk show thing, will be the All Ratto stream in November. And we have 2 podcasts in November. It's a Banana Pancake and Peralt. It's already listed on the Season 2 schedule. So if you want to go check that out. And what is today? Sunday? Yeah, it's Sunday. So Wednesday I'll be playing Eternal Darkness if you want to stop by and hang out with me playing an old retro game and going crazy. That'll be fun too, right? Oh god, he was terrible? You guys are so mean! But anyway, let me see if I can find somebody to raid. Oh, look who's oh. Hey, this Dazzleac guy's on. Let's go raid Dazzy B. Why? Because I can. Alright, we're gonna go raid Dazzy because he's playing Resident Evil, and whenever somebody's playing Resident Evil, I smell and I immediately have to go there. But anyway, thank you all for being here for the podcast. I love all the support and cheers and just conversations with you guys because it's epic. Remember to have a good Sunday. Alright? Take care of yourselves. Scratch your cat. Have a rest. Watch your favorite movie. Remember, I love you. I will see you Wednesday. Bye bye.